Hey everybody, it's me Liz with Naughty Girl Books, and I am here with Charlie Holmberg to talk about her new contemporary romance. You're My It. It is You're My It, right?
You
Or
can
do you?
say it either way because it's a pun.
I was like, I don't know which way I'm supposed to say it, but IT because the male main character, works in the IT department,
Mhm.
and it is part of the Nerds of Happy Valley series, which I didn't even know that's what it was called. But then when she told me that's what it was called, I got all even more excited because obviously I'm a nerd. So I was like, oh, that's going to be good. So now I have to really read it. As you can see, I have all your other books.
Yes.
So I'm definitely now a big fan.
Thank you.
So I know that you are using Cian Holmberg instead of Charlie. Is there a reason why you
It's
changed it?
mostly to differentiate the genre because I am known for fantasy novels and this is not
Right.
fantasy. Yeah, so I want people who pick this book up to not be disappointed when there's no magic, except isn't love magic. But yeah, that's the only reason. I wanted it close to my name so it would be recognizable, but different enough that people know this is a different genre.
Right. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I was like, oh, I bet that's the reason why, because it's a whole different genre. What made you want to write contemporary romance?
I just had like an idea and it was for this one. And I'm like, oh, if I ever wrote a contemporary romance, I would write this. And I'm like, oh yeah, I can make it be about nerds. And actually the only reason I wrote the second book, which is called To Damage My Heart, is because I thought, oh my gosh, what if I ever wrote one about LARPers and I called it To Damage My Heart? I just like the title. But it had been floating around my head for a while, but I don't get as excited about contemporary stuff generally as I do about fantasy. But then I was at a point where I was kind of bottlenecking with my publisher because I write faster than they publish. And I thought, well, because they have right of first refusal on my adult fantasy, which is what I like writing. And so
Right.
anything I write in that genre, I just have to wait on them. But if I write something outside that genre, then I can do whatever with it. And so I thought, well, now's a good time to try out this contemporary stuff. And so I did.
Right. Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. I've heard so many different things about different publishers and how they handle stuff. And it's like, why aren't you like one person get a whole series, but they won't let them write the next book? And I'm like,
yeah.
And that's why people move to indie authoring because that's
and these are indie, but
okay.
Romance does so well indie that I thought, you know what? Let's give it a shot.
Right. Like I said, it's not my go-to, but now I'm like, I need the next one.
Oh.
Speaking of, do you have like however many are going to be in the series, or is it going to be like another duology?
The way that it's set up is that I could write as many as I wanted, right? So right now it's just 2. If it comes around where I have the extra time and like the motivation to do another one, then I will absolutely put another one in there. Like book 2 is about Blaine's best friend Rue, and I think book 3 would have Rue's brother Wyatt in it. Like connect them by those characters. But right now I don't have a third one in the lineup.
I love Rue. I was like, I want to do LARPing. I want to do it so bad. Like I'm thinking about doing cosplay and stuff for TikTok, and I'm like so nervous, but I really want to do it. I know that he plays like D&D and stuff like that. Do you guys do that in your house at all?
Yeah, we're D&D players for sure. I actually played D&D with the person who formatted that book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. We haven't dove that deep yet. My brother used to play it when he was younger, but my mom was like, that has like demons and stuff in it. You can't play it. I'm like, okay, Mom. Do you have a favorite scene in this book? Because I do.
Oh, you do? Oh man, my favorite scene? I really love scenes where I get to like destroy people's emotions. So without spoiling, the scene right after that bad thing happens with Lysander in the I think it's a Dairy Queen parking lot. Like I love that. And I would probably say that might be one of my favorite scenes. Yeah.
I felt that scene, but I loved out of the whole book, the entirety of chapter 14 when I finally all clicked into place and it was just super cute. I'm smiling the whole time. My daughter's like, why are you smiling like that? I'm like, it's just so cute.
Oh, thank you.
There was a lot of times in the book that I wanted to like shake the characters and be like, "Do you not see it? Nope, he doesn't see it. Nope, she doesn't see it." I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Have you had any like fan art for your books? I know that was like
My other books, yeah. Not
my
for this
segue,
one
but I
yet.
was just wondering.
I actually have a lot of the fan art posted on my website. There's like an extras tab on charlieandholmberg.com, and you can scroll down and see fan art that I've posted there. Most of it is for Paper Magician. I have a phenomenal one that somebody did for the fifth doll, though. It's so pretty. I love it.
Check
I
it
love
out.
fan art.
So do you think that people are going to make fan art from this book?
No, I don't think,
No?
I think it's more common in things like fantasy than it is in contemporary. I mean, if they did, great, you know,
Right.
but I'm not expecting it. I mean, yeah, like I said, if they did, great.
A fun one that we thought up is if you had like an ideal reader for this book, what would they have like on their person at all times, or like in their purse or anything like that?
An ideal reader have on their person? Ooh. Because like it's called Nerds of Happy Valley because I wanted to write about like people who are nerdy and geeky, because like I feel like so often in contemporary romance you don't see that. You have your very stereotypical like macho Jim like hero, and then your woman who's a baker. Not that I'm not trying to put down contemporaries with baking. I have some that I really love, but I wanted to embrace my geekiness, but also write about characters that you don't always see.
Right.
So I just forgot what the question was.
That's why that's why I loved it too, because I was like, oh, nerds, yes, give me all the nerd stuff. Is that how you found inspiration for the characters? Was it just like your
Absolutely. Because I've never done roller derby. I can't skate to save my life, but I have friends who are in roller derby, and I would go to their games, and I was like, that would be so cool to do. And like I said, I have experience playing D&D. The workplace environment in this book is based off a place that I actually worked and stuff that actually happened.
Oh, no.
I mean, it's not exact, right? But it's inspired by. And then I actually did LARP for book 2. I LARPed in high school, so I knew a little bit about that. Though I did, there's a place called Kingdoms in Utah, and I went and just like, they're all like LARPing and playing out their game, and I'm just like the journalist following them around and taking notes. So like that was super fun for that too. And it's just, I just wanted it to have that flavor, you know. It's like nerds fall in love too.
Right, yeah, that's why like I fell in love with him just in the beginning of the book, because I've had so many like nerdy friends like in high school and stuff that was Lysander, and I always had like a soft spot for them, and then like they're always loners and stuff like that. I'm like, you guys are awesome, I don't know why you're like this. And then she liked him too, so it was like, oh, this is gonna be good. And then he changed, and it was just like, you don't see it, I see it, and she sees it, but he was not seeing it. What was your favorite activity you had to research for the story besides LARPing?
Doing the LARPing. Yeah, for the sequel, the LARPing was fun. Driving there was not, because it was in some canyon in Bountiful, and the road was terrifying, like steep drop off on one side though for like 45 minutes. I was just like, oh my gosh, what have I gotten myself into? But for the first book, it was definitely getting to go to like roller derby games and reaching out to roller derby players and like saying, hey, how would this work? Or I got a couple of them to look at the book to make sure I was getting everything correct. And it's like, I love the aesthetic of roller derby.
I do too.
Like, I wish I could
do it, but
like I wish I could skate, and I wish I could do stuff like that, but I'm also a princess and I bruise easily. But I love how they look, like the ripped fishnets and the sequins and like these like strong, scary women like playing basically football on wheels, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, I've seen it like twice, and I was just in awe. I was like, there's no way I could skate like that and get pushed down, but I would. Yeah, it'd be fun to do it. Maybe just once.
And I love the naming, how everybody, like there's a roller derby name. There's like a certain way that you change your name for roller derby. So I have a friend named Emily, and like hers is the Enterprise. And I thought that was so funny. If I did it, it would be Chucknado. But
I don't know what mine would be, but it would be fun. It would be fun. Okay, when I'm reading, I have like my favorite snack. I have to have like peanut M&Ms. That's like my go-to snack food. Do you have a favorite one while you're writing?
No, I actually don't eat when I write.
No.
I don't, yeah, unless I'm like starving. If I like missed lunch or something like that. So I actually, last week I was eating turkey pepperoni while I was working. So I usually don't. On occasion, I'll have like apple chips or turkey pepperoni, but I try not to, just because I feel like if I'm distracted, then it's just like I look down and it's gone and I don't even remember eating it and I want to enjoy my food.
Yeah, that's happened. I'm like, where's all my food?
Yeah.
What was funny today was I was finishing up the book and I forgot what exactly the line was, but she mentioned, I was like trying boba tea for the first time, and I literally laughed so hard because I was drinking boba tea at the same time, and I was like, how relatable is this? And I put it back down. My daughter was like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, it's just the book making me laugh. What else do you envision for your C and Holmberg to be releasing? Any other things other than in the contemporary world?
Under C and Holmberg? Probably not. I think it would probably just stick to contemporary romance. I've always wanted to try to write a horror novel, but I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon.
I think you'd be good at that. I love horror, so.
I think when someone says they're a horror writer, I'm just like, you are so cool. But I don't read horror. That's why it's like, it'd be kind of a joke if I wrote a horror novel because I don't read it. Because I actually, like, it scares me. I don't like scary movies. I don't want scary or gruesome books. Like, scary is okay, gruesome is not. But I just think like people who do horror are bad A. And I'm like, I want to be bad A.
Well, you definitely are in my books.
Oh,
I'm reading the Smoke and Summons right now. I have that one going on audiobook, and I'm like intense, like reading like under my blanket. Like I get a whole atmosphere going with these kind of books, and I'm like, this is good. I think you would be good at it, even if it wasn't like super scary.
Yeah.
But like doing it like for, say, like for nerds, doing either like ghost hunting or, going into like a D&D more like world, but like scary, or even using D&D for fantasy. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I should do
it. You should. I think that'd be awesome. Kind of like a Jumanji situation where they get sucked into the game. That would be funny. I could totally see this being a movie. Like, I would see it, and it's not, like I said, my go-to thing. Who would you have playing the characters? You have an envisioned cast?
I'm gonna disappoint you so hard because I have people ask me this sometimes. I am so bad with celebrities. I don't keep up with them. Like, sometimes I can recognize faces and I recognize names, but I don't know what name goes to what face. Like, I don't know who is currently that age group right now. Like, I'd have to spend some time on IMDb to give you a good answer. So unfortunately, I don't know. I'm like, how old's Dakota Fanning right now? Like, is she still 12?
She's not 12 anymore.
No. So
she would play her very well.
So what was that?
I said she would play your main character very well, I think.
You think? How old is she?
I think she's like
in her 20s?
Mid-20s, I think now.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel very old, but yeah, I think she's like 25, maybe 26.
Yeah.
I have no idea. But I think that would be fun.
Yeah, you'll
as long as like you're work.
You pick as you're like.
I couldn't even think. The only person I thought of was the Irish, even though he's not Irish, the Irish guy from Leap Year. Have you seen the movie Leap Year?
So I think did I see Leap Year? I don't know. I'm so bad at this.
It's like the only like the popular Irish guy that I saw for some reason, because he's so funny. I think
Colin O'Donoghue, is that who that is?
I think so, yeah.
Hook from what's it called? Once Upon a Time. My dad wanted him to play Emery Thane in Paper Magician. I
could see that. That would be good. That would be an awesome movie. I think it would have to be a TV show more than a movie. Like with this one, would be a movie. I think would be better. But
So that's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching, and a big thank you to Charlie for coming out and letting me interview her. You guys are not going to want to miss out on her book, so pre-orders are up right now, and the book comes out on the 31st. I hope you guys enjoy it.